Evening, everyone. These are my leave diaries, and I'm KD. Just a quick video to answer one of a comment, on YouTube I received a while back, which I've been delaying response because I had some health issues and I took some time off recording videos. So the comment, or the question rather, comes from a gentleman called Sean Kwong, and I'm hoping I'm not butchering your name. I do apologize if I do in advance. His question was, "Hi, I'm a newbie that wants to start cigar collection and also smoke cigars. Before I do that, I need to have a proper storage. I live in Malaysia with high average outdoor temperatures between 23 and 32, and average humidity between 75 and 95%. The weather is the same all year long. In a condominium residence, could you advise me on how to store cigars properly?" Well, Sean, I've had the pleasure of spending quite a long time in Singapore for business a few years back, and I've been backwards and forwards a few times, so I know exactly what you're talking about when you describe the climate. I've never been to Malaysia, so I can't say is the same, but I'm assuming because they're very close to each other, Singapore and Malaysia, that it must be very similar. Now in Singapore, the temperature was always around the 30 degrees, and humidity very high, obviously because it's an island, and Malaysia also being close to a lot of water. So what I'll say is the best way to go about this is, especially in a country as warm as Malaysia, will be to go for a refrigerated humidor, or a winador, as some people call them. Many people will go and buy a wine cooler, buy some Spanish cedar wood, and then make their own shelves from cedar and then use that as a humidor. There are specific brands and models of things that look like a standard cooler, but they are specifically designed to store cigars. On these babies, you can control the humidity, and you can also control the temperature. Ideally, if you're storing Cubans, you're looking at 15 to 17 degrees Celsius, and between 65 and 72% humidity. I try to aim for 69% humidity, and for older cigars, older than 5-6 years, 65% humidity, but temperature 15 to 17 degrees. Now, having said that, I live in the UK. Last probably 2-3 years, summertime here has been obnoxiously hot. Probably as hot as, if not hotter than, Singapore. Last summer specifically, I was struggling really with my humidor because I didn't have any cooling. The temperature was super high and humidity was spiking throughout the summer. It was an added difficulty for me that I wasn't in the UK in the summer. I was back in Bulgaria for 6 weeks, and I could only watch remotely on my humidity and temperature sensors on my mobile from Bulgaria that, the humidity spiked up to 75 to 78 to 80% humidity within my humidor. I had my neighbor coming in, opening the humidor. I ordered coolers from Amazon, dehumidification units, you name it. It was an absolute nightmare. I was struggling to keep up with the temperatures, unfortunately, and as a result, I lost 3 boxes of 10 Cubans, expensive ones, unfortunately for me, La Casa de La Habana. So that was a hard lesson for me. Since then, I've taken a lot more precautions. I'm now prepared for this summer with more capable cooling units, which are attached to gateways which allow me to control them remotely over the internet, because this summer I'm going to Bulgaria again for 6 weeks. I will try and leave a few pictures, and I'll try and do a bit of research and find the Malaysian Amazon, if you wish, to to show you what I mean. Usually they'll store anything between 150 and 300 cigars. So if you want to go big in terms of collection wise, like my humidor, I don't know what the capacity is, but if you want to go that crazy and if you want to collect them for as long as I have, you're gonna have to buy a lot of those small fridge kind of humidors. So probably 2 or 3 of them is what I've seen people do. They buy 2 or 3 of these units and they just store cigars that way. Now, what I'm gonna tell you about these is to be very careful, because what they do is they will cycle. They've got fans inside, so they're, like I said, specifically designed to store cigars. So they will cycle humidity because humidity, usually high humidity, is down. On the top shelves it's going to be low humidity, so fans will blow that humid air from down up. It will start circulating. Inevitably at some point it's going to start condensing, and it has like special condensation channels which then leak out, and then they get recycled within the humidor. Sometimes those channels get clogged, and when they do, you can flood your bottom shelf. And you need to be aware of that. You need to be careful. But if you're going to be storing and aging cigars, then you're going to be committing to rotating your boxes and your cigars on a regular basis, at least once a month minimum, to make sure that, because of the way I explained humidity works, you wouldn't want to keep some cigars over humidified and some cigars under humidified. So that's my recommendation for you. If you keep them in a standard humidor like mine with no cooling, then you're gonna have to make sure that the room that you're keeping them in is very cool. So if you're living in a condo, I'm assuming, well, I'm not assuming, I'm 99% sure you've got central air conditioning system like they do in Singapore, pretty much everywhere. Even your underground, your subway is humidified, unlike the London one. We tend to pressure cook in our underground, so that shouldn't be a problem. If your condo is well air conditioned, then you can buy a normal humidor. What I would say for the high humidity, Boveda packs might not be enough to control the high humidity. Or there's Boost, there's Boveda, there's Humidity something or other. There's a few brands kicking around, but basically it's a humidity pack. Boveda, they come from very, very small to bigger, to even bigger, to the biggest one they do. Then you've got Humistart, which is another brand. Then you've got Boost. So essentially all of these humidity packs, their job is to control humidity both up and down. So when it's over humidified, they're supposed to suck up the humidity inside and recharge themselves. And when it's dry, they're supposed to give out humidity to keep your cigars fresh. They will have a specific percentage of humidity that they're supposed to keep. But my personal experience is I can't rely just on these. I would always ensure that I've got external control measures, things like dehumidification packs, and coolers, and also heaters for winter and more humidity ability with humidification crystals and things like that. So yeah, that's all I can give you as an answer. I hope this exhausts your question and you're happy with the answer. If not, ask me more questions. I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. And don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, follow for more content, more information about cigars and anything about the lifestyle. I'm more than happy to answer them. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.